Welcome to class. So, this is take two of a video I just fucking made because I forgot to turn my mic on. So, for the people in the back, y'all slip in class. Today, y'all cannot. So, we're gonna kind of run through what I was basically addressing in take one, but not really a run through because I don't really mind doing a second take of this video since um it's I'm not gonna say it's an important video, but it is a video that I've been meaning to make. So the whole point of this video is to describe what is the point in this channel. Why did I make this channel? What is the reason behind the channel? What is the motive behind the channel? So if y'all have not watched my very first video uploaded to this channel called Manga Changed My Life, essentially, I sent that video. What kind of inspired me to make this channel was, the apologize or Corey Kenshin addressing all the allegations. Now, that did inspire me to make this channel and make a channel that I seriously, for something that I seriously had a love for. But also, it's because I have an agenda with this channel. Now I know agenda usually has a negative connotation to it. A lot of people are like, when you hear the word agenda, you think it's pushing something negative, but it's not. Mine is 100% positive. Um, One, this is not going to be scripted. I was battling between should I script it and have more like I won't say thought out, but just more put together thought processes, or should I just be emotional and or be fully myself and come to y'all. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the second one. I'll just be fully myself and come to y'all because at the end of the day, this I have an authentic and genuine reason. Uh, the main reason or the biggest reason for this channel, the motive behind this channel, is to just spread my love for manga, but also to show people that my fault, y'all. To spread that manga is literature. Okay, I feel like a lot of times, yes, while in the 2020s, anime and manga has become socially acceptable, I still feel like people do not take it serious, and to some degree, rightfully so, because to some of it, it's the the biggest issue in the room, the fan service of minors. And that 100% is understandable. That is not something that I would knock people for not wanting to watch anime or get into anime or manga for, but it is, if you're an anime fan or if you're a manga reader avidly, it's kind of like one of those tropes that in your brain is just you're so desensitized to and it's so normalized. Not saying that it makes it right or okay, not trying to justify it, but as a manga reader or a anime watcher, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I can't let this thing stop me from enjoying the story that this anime or manga can tell. But with this channel, I want to get big enough, and this may sound so egotistical of me, but in no means do I mean it in a way to be egotistical or anything like that. And y'all see those two bookshelves right here? Y'all can't see the bottom of it, but they're both full, kind of. Well, not the second one over there. But and that's a fake, acoustic guitar. Before y'all ask me, that's not a real fucking acoustic, okay? um, but I want to get so big to where one, hopefully I can reach the Japanese audience and let them know like, hey, you can make stories. Hold on, y'all. I'm back, y'all. Um, but yeah, like I want to get so big to where like I can push to like the Japanese uh viewers and stuff or mangekis and stuff to be like, hey, it's okay to make manga that if it does have fan service, it don't gotta be minors. But I get it's to appeal the weirdos because a lot of times, the weirdos of Japan and the weirdos of the states down here, they kind of make it, that's what gets the most money. But also a big thing I want to do, uh, and this is the only time where I guess capitalism or whatever you want to call it, it's the only thing that pays off. Uh, I want to get so much money to where I can get every Japanese only manga over to the states because I feel like there's so much manga uh out there that obviously because of time, mainly due to time, that like are so great, but the only way you can really read them is either fans translations or hoping that they get translated over here. And if I'm not mistaken, there has been some mangekis who have like been okay with the idea of like, hey, if my shit never bangs and makes it over to the U.S., it's okay. At least my people love it, and I can't knock them for that. I can't knock people for that, or for their reasoning, right? But I do want to get big enough to where like it's like hopefully I can get a lot of mangas that are probably Japanese only over here. For example, Kingdom. I just finished watching episode 20 of Kingdom, and I love it. Right, love it. 9 out of 10. It and it is just now getting an English translation, but before it didn't have one. And the main reason I'm watching Kingdom because I kind of want to catch up before season 6, but I'm on season 1, so it probably and 2026 is coming unless I like no life it. Which I'm juggling between Gachi Akuta, Kaiju number 8, Togen Anaki. I'm juggling between so many animes right now to where like I don't think I could ever really know life it. Um, but if I were to know life it, maybe I could catch up. But at the same time, it won't. My brain won't soak up all the information. Like they be throwing like these like fictional historical facts at you and stuff, and it's a lot of information. But that is the motive of this channel is to hopefully get to a point where I can reach an outside audience, but also shed light on the good and the bad of manga. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, and I'm not here to like. Yes, while I do love manga, yes, while I do love anime, we do gotta call out these things because I want people to know that their voice matters. That your voice can hopefully get to these mangekis and they understand that, like, hey, I mean, like for example, I'm not gonna give them too much, you know, talk too down on it, but like diversity. Obviously, a lot of Japanese anime, or a lot of anime is catered to the Japanese audience because that's mainly who watches, or that's where they get, most of their money from, and that's where it originates from, obviously. But I would, if I may, inquire, if I may, things like Gachi Akuta. Yes, she did work with Akubo, the guy, the mangaka who made, um, Fire Force and Soul Eater. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he did say somewhere in an interview he feels like putting black characters or just different people in manga is good for representation. And I feel like stuff like Gotcha Kuta, Fire Force because they have Ogun, fucking Soul Eater because they have Sid. Um, I feel like, and I do know they have a black girl character. I think too. I just haven't got to that part where I marry it. Like I said, I did watch the anime a long, long time ago. Okay, but just not. Um, I just don't remember. It was so long. But like, I feel like animes, mangas like that gives Japanese mangakas less of an excuse. Now, I'm not saying obviously every manga has to have diversity. I'm not saying that shit at all. Okay, I'm not trying to sit here and tell people a writing process that they need to follow or anything like that to appeal anyone. Because at the end of the day, your story is your story. With anything. Like with anything. In any form of medium, creativity, all that. Your story is your story. I'm just saying for people who probably do want to add diversity or who probably are like, I want to add this character, but what if the Japanese audience or what if my audience don't really resonate with it? Because it's like, hey, just do it. Just do it. Because you're going to have a whole other group of people that are probably going to love it because you did that, right? Um, Now, outside of my own, like I said, motives with like pushing this and like my love, I also am just trying to build a community of people who are okay with expressing their love for anime and manga. Because, like I said, even though in the 2020s, anime has become so socially acceptable, I still feel like people downplay it. People still look at it as just adult comic books, for weirdos who goon the hentai. And is not really looked at as, like I said, an actual form of literature. I feel like manga and anime can teach you very good life lessons. I feel like manga and they can take you to the waterworks. They can make you feel things. My favorite manga so far right now, and like I said, I am just now kind of getting into manga, so I'm not gonna sit here like as like collecting it and just reading it religiously. But my favorite manga right now is Boys Abyss. But the reason is because of the emotions it takes you through, because it shows a good sense of like despair, numbness, depression. It is great. And in a way that manga itself inspired me to make this channel and to do these manga reviews and all that because manga doesn't always just have to be, oh yeah, like this cool fight scene. Manga doesn't, or even anime doesn't have to even be like this cool thing. Because I feel like, yes, obviously when you're younger, take Dragon Ball Z for example. A lot of times when you're younger, you're just ready for the next fight, right? Like you don't really pick up on the story of Dragon Ball Z until maybe later on. That's why I feel like Naruto did such a good job in having balance of, yeah, they threw hands, but there was life lessons with them hands. Not saying that Dragon Ball Z don't have no life lessons with their hands either. Love Dragon Ball G, OG, But I'm just saying that like sometimes I feel like some people may harp on the fact of, you know, oh manga it's just it's still just appeals because it's get that good serotonin, that good dopamine rush, boom boom, that's it. And it's like, nah bro, this shit gas. This shit it teach you life lessons shit. And even if it doesn't teach you life lessons, let's take before Baki, but Dragon Ball Z for the anime gym bros literally got people in the gym because they wanted to achieve a physique like Goku or like Vegeta. Or take Baki. Now, in current standards, people want to achieve a physique like Baki or Baki's father. Can't remember his name because I don't really watch Baki. I'm not gonna lie. But it's like even if it doesn't do anything internal or very deeply personal to you in your life, it still motivates people. And I feel like if something like that that is considered an adult picture book to some people can do that, no, my nigga, that's literature. And before people try to like feel like they're clacking my teeth or something, first off, whatever got me into reading, like actually reading, was Fahrenheit 451. That's my favorite book of all fucking time. People hate the shit. People hated it, but that's my favorite book of all time. And fun fact, I used to not like reading manga. Like for whatever reason, I just didn't have the patience. Even though it had pictures and everything, the pictures were not enough. The art was not enough for me to sit down and watch manga. It wasn't until I read Fahrenheit 451 to where then I transitioned over into reading manga, and I'm like, you know what? Boom. Now I have a deep love and connection that resonates with me from Fahrenheit 451 with manga, right? Um, So yes, to me, manga absolutely 100% is literature, and that's also another agenda that I'm trying to push to have people take it a little bit more seriously. Not only just consumers, or fan supporters, but also my geckos to let them know, like, hey. Now I'm not saying every story obviously got to be a super deep hitting heavy story in order for people to like it. If when y'all see this video, the news Exorcist video review of Volume 1 is going to be out. I literally enjoy News Exorcist. I enjoy it. Now it's a good 7 out of 10 read, but I still enjoy it, and it's not the most heavy hitting story. The character is a little dull, is a little kind of like just what the fuck. Like he doesn't. It's almost as if he doesn't have a personality. He does though, but I still love the manga for what it is. Like, so I'm not saying that every story has to have a hard hitting, deep, heartwarming, resonating feeling with you. No, it does not. People love JJK, and it doesn't have the most deep, heartwarming, resonating story. Okay, so yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I am trying to say that if people want to take manga more seriously or put it in a more serious medium, then like it is literature. You have to look at it from just deeper from what the art shows you on the picture. I mean, on the paper. Now we're gonna touch on this a little bit. I am working on my own manga. Now I can't draw for shit. I am going to teach myself how to draw again. I went through a little period in high school where I wanted to be a manga artist, and I drew a little bit. My drawings were never good. They never progressed. And the reason why they never progressed is because I never really focused on things like anatomy and shit. I just kind of wanted to develop my anime art style and that ultimately failed because I was just like, bro, I can't draw a body for shit. I can barely draw a head. I can barely draw a decent looking head. Okay, um, um, but my uh but I'm not going to sit here and promise y'all that it's going to be out anytime soon because my main focus is this channel. My main focus is working on this channel, trying to get this channel better. Um, Another thing I want to touch on, I guess, is my longer form content that I'm going to make. Now, if y'all probably heard me say it before in certain videos, I sprinkled a little bit of like, yeah, after I get done reading these mangas, I'm going to make a longer form of content, a longer form of review. So it's not going to be like volume 1, 2, 3, 4 plus Soul Eater review, and then I just put them all together and put them in one big compilation, and boom, that's it. No, they're actually going to be their own reviews of the whole story in its entirety instead of just volume by volume. I don't know if my face is going to be on those, but those videos are going to be scripted. And the reason why I don't know if my face is going to be in those is mainly because I want us to focus on the panels that are there. Um, but I want it to almost be like essay like video. Like how y'all may see those video essays. I almost want it to be essay like, but for manga. Because like I said, I want to show y'all how manga literally is literature, despite the way how people take it, despite the way how people look at it, despite the way outsiders' opinions maybe, or other insiders' opinions. Ooh, don't mind that string over there. What the hell? Um, um, and I'm trying to make sure I touch bases on uh everything from my first take because I did bring up a good bit of things from my first take, but I don't really think I missed anything. I kind of hit everything on the head. My first take was 30 minutes. This may low key be a lot shorter than that. Because I really was just yapping my ass off about the channel. But yeah, that's the reason behind this channel. It's an agenda to push one that mug is literature, but two also that they're my love. I want to build a community. Like I said again, I want to build a community with this shit. It's not just going to be, hey, manga reviews, here you go, and then out the way. I want to build a community with this. Yeah, but as y'all know, the bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. I hope y'all have had a good day or night whenever y'all watch this. Y'all know, like, comment, share, and subscribe is always optional. It's never forced. Um, Peace.